Uighur Muslims being shackled and blindfolded with their heads shaved. Now, the shaved head thing is is important to note because in America, of course, 13 tons of illegal hair, human hair, was seized in a shipment. And I have long been saying that the accusations that the Communist Chinese Party are organ harvesting Uyghurs in an international global network, illegal black market for organs, and have effectively enslaved Uyghurs in their factories in a form of slave labour. All of that is now coming out. So I want to thank the British public for signing the petition, and I'm heartened now, at least, that the conversation has got going. But we've got to carry on, Nick. This isn't a victory, because let's keep our eye on the target. A genocide is unfolding. 100,000 signatures on a petition after 5 days of a public figure going on hunger strike is actually quite shameful, though I'm obviously very happy that we're now having this conversation.
What needs to happen next? What do you want to see Boris Johnson or Dominic Raab and indeed Mike Pompeo, who's, of course, as you'll know, Maajid, is in town? What do you want to see come from this?
Well, I think that the most important question isn't the fact that I went on hunger strike. It's why I felt the need to take such a drastic action in the first place. Why were we not having this conversation? This video has been available since November last year, as have been media reports, not only of the organ harvesting and the 13 tons of illegal hair that was found, but also of the forced sterilizations and the birth control that the Chinese Communist Party has imposed on the Uighur Muslim community. This has all been out there. So the more important question is, why haven't we been talking about a genocide that has been unfolding under our noses for the second time in my life against Muslims? But of course, genocides happen against other communities too. I must say that in China, also the Buddhists, the Falun Gong, and the Christians and other minorities are also persecuted. So I really want to know the answer to the question why we were ignoring this for so long, because there, I think, Nick, you'll find some very interesting answers.
Lastly, I don't know whether you heard it, but I was speaking with a professor who questions even the veracity of the video, Maajid.
Indeed, and this is why during genocides and other crimes against humanity, the people that specialize in this, what they focus on, because of the fact that totalitarian governments are very, very good at covering stuff up like this, what they focus on is eyewitness testimony, but also the reports that have come in now from the Chinese government's own figures, as we heard from their ambassador on Sunday, which was thankfully the very day we passed the 100,000 signature line on that petition. The Chinese government, the Chinese ambassador was being humiliated on air about this genocide. If you look at their own figures about the population in Xinjiang, the way he tripped up over himself in his wording is that he was saying the population of Xinjiang has gone up. Yes, because they've been engaged in a form of cultural and demographic replacement by bringing Han Chinese into Xinjiang, the province that the Uyghur people call East Turkestan. But if you look at specifically the Chinese government's own figures on the Uyghur population, not the population of the province, but the population of the ethnic group we're talking about, that has plummeted in 2 years. And of course, we know from credible reports that 1 to 2 million of them are in the worst concentration camps since World War II. We have aerial footage of those concentration camps. We have the Chinese government's own population figures telling us there's been a mysterious decline in the population of the Uyghur. We have women personally telling us that they have sterilized against their will, and they have missing children, and we have video footage. So I think, in fact, Nick, the questions aren't for me to explain what's going on. It's for the Chinese Communist Party to explain to the world, and in particular to Muslims in this world, where 1 to 2 million Muslims have disappeared and where their children are right now.